Are you ready for your first Comfy UI launch? To start Comfy UI, you either use this bat file called Start Comfy UI, or from the desktop you use this shortcut called Comfy UI Easy Installer. E and Z stand for Easy, and I stands for Installer. So double-click on it, and when it starts, it looks like this. The first time it will be a little slower, but after that it will start much faster. If you are curious by nature, you can find all kinds of information about your Comfy UI and your system when it runs. For example, you can see what operating system I am using, what Python version is running and where that Python is located, what the path to the Comfy UI folder is, where the user directory is, how much VRAM you have, how much system RAM you have, and the PyTorch and CUDA versions that are running. When it starts, this command window will be minimized to your taskbar, and Comfy UI will open in your default browser. The first time it opens, it will show you some templates made by Comfy UI that you can load. If you have run a workflow before, it will open that workflow by default. So the workflow you see open is the last one you used. A workflow is a set of connected nodes that tells Comfy UI what to do, step by step. Let us close this for now. You can open these templates or workflows from here later. Comfy UI is made of a few main areas. You do not need to memorize them. I am naming them so we can talk about the same things later. If we go to the top, you can see it says unsaved workflow. Basically, it is like a document that is empty at the moment, since we did not add any nodes yet. You can have multiple documents open, similar to what we have in Photoshop and other programs. We can click on this plus icon to create a new blank workflow. All these tabs on top are open workflows, and we can close, save, and edit each one. Now, this grid, like empty space, is called the canvas. Instead of drawing on it, we will arrange blocks or nodes, like using Lego pieces, and connect things together to create a working workflow. You can use your mouse wheel to zoom in and out on the canvas. Then we have this top bar. Depending on what extensions you have installed, it might look different and have more options. Things like the manager or the run button, which lets us run workflows, are usually here. On the bottom right, we have view controls. For example, we have a select tool that lets us select nodes, and a hand tool that lets us navigate the canvas. You can fit a workflow in view, but right now the canvas is empty. We also have different zoom controls that you can use if you do not want to use the mouse wheel or if you do not have one. For me, the mouse wheel is the fastest and the one I prefer. Then we have the Show Minimap option. This shows a small map that we can use to navigate when we have very large workflows. There is also Hide Links, but since we do not have any nodes or links yet, we will see that later. An important one is the main menu, which you open by clicking on the letter C, the Comfy UI logo. We also have more options on the left sidebar for nodes, models, and workflows, which we will explore soon. Back to the main menu. If we click on the C, we get this menu. New creates a new workflow, but it is faster to use the plus sign from the top bar. For File, it allows us to open, save, and export the workflows we create. For Edit, you can undo actions like moving nodes or changing something in the workflow, clear the workflow, and unload models. For View, we can enable and disable different panels, and we also have zoom in and zoom out controls. Just like in Photoshop, we can do the same things in multiple ways. It is the same with Comfy UI. For Theme, you can change how it looks, but at the beginning, I suggest leaving it on default so it is easier to follow tutorials. Nodes 2 is in beta at the moment of this recording and still has some bugs, so I suggest leaving it off until it is more stable. You can browse templates and open settings, which we can explore later. For now, the default settings work fine. Templates and settings can also be accessed from here, so again, there are multiple ways to access the same things. In some newer versions, some people might use a newer manager, and it might appear somewhere else instead of here. For now, I am using the old manager, which appears here. Under Help, you can also find help options, but you will see later in this video how to ask questions and get help. We also have a console, sometimes called the bottom panel, where you can see exactly what has happened since we opened Comfy UI. If we look at the taskbar and open the command window from there, it shows the same information. One view is at the bottom, and the other is in the taskbar. To close Comfy UI, I recommend opening the command window from the taskbar and closing it. You will then see a reconnecting message in the browser because it cannot find Comfy UI running anymore. After that, you can close the browser window. You can also close the browser window first and then close the command window.